Okay, so before I was doing a Spider-Man video talking about the fit of the costume and having a problem with the crotch and seeing that as being a bigger problem with the Superman costumes I was going to get. And I kept trying to turn the camera down to show what I was talking about, but I didn't get it right any time. So I thought I'd do an actual video just showing the area so I could, visually, explain what I was talking about. Hello, Steve White, Steve White 39. Well, I did a video before because I finally managed to get my Spider-Man costume on, one of them. I couldn't get it to do up before, and I was contemplating getting some Superman costumes, and I was sort of worried about the size because I'm 170 and this is a 170, but it's actually quite tight. Like pulling it up and getting it on was quite difficult. So, like for example, there's not a lot of space in like the crotch, and instead of the legs sort of sitting in there properly, they're sort of pulling down, and there's like this space here where it's just sort of sitting off me, which is not a good look. It doesn't show up so much in Spider-Man or maybe the later Batmans, but if you're doing a blue Batman or Superman with the red underwear, the line that is like printed on is going to be like down here. It's going to be like an inch or so below. Like that's my actual underwear line there, and that's where I am. And there's a good inch or so of material that's like pulling down here. So I'm hoping if I go up to the 175, they'll be able to come up in to the crotch properly. So you maybe can get a bit of a fold here and get the actual line of the underwear here, because a lot of the really cheap ones particularly, they just have this really big section for the brief, and it almost looks like a pair of hot pants or shorts. They come down to here and they're just miles away. It's like they're scared of cupping and form fitting. And some of the ones that are supposed to form fit, if they don't fit, they're going to pull down and do the same thing, and you're going to have this line where the underwear is down here when it should be up here. So there's a couple of options. Well, first off, there's the Man of Steel Superman, because there isn't a pair of briefs. Then there's a pair I saw which was blue with just the Superman symbol on the chest and a cape, and you buy boots and you buy the underwear separately. I might get a pair of that, so that's two. And the other thing is there's actually a Superman Returns version, which is printed, and it seems to be printed fairly well. So if you get a pair that fits you properly, that you've got room in the legs for, to actually, bring it up and have it right up and fit in, then you should be able to get it sit in the right spot. But also those trunks were a bit low and a bit straight cut. They didn't come up into the crotch like the 1978 Christopher Reeve ones do. They're still sort of thick because they're sort of more of an old trunk sort of size, but they sort of fit a bit more, whereas the Superman Returns ones were more low-cut hipster ones that were more down here anyway. So I feel it kind of works with the problem a bit. But I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because it was concerning me, and aside from just getting a bigger size, I wasn't quite sure what to do about it. So I don't want to be walking around wearing them, and you've got like these printed on underwear. They're like an inch or so lower than they should be, and they look like little shorts. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the issue. If you've got any solutions for me. Yeah, I mean, the other issue is I can't find the Superman 978. Can't find this sort of version of that. But I mean, you can really only get the recreated ones, which are expensive. They've got all the separate briefs, the separate parts. At least if you do the whole proper costume, it'll be better. It's real expensive, but just using the separate parts, you don't have to worry about the printed design fitting properly with your body when you actually put it on, because obviously you've got the separate parts that fit properly. But yeah, I'm going to go and contemplate my Superman costume problem and work out which one to buy. Okay, bye. There's also a problem with the back, because it does the same thing. I mean, it pulls down in the crotch, but it also shows in the back. So instead of the costume actually fitting in your butt and fitting your body properly, you get this bit sort of pulling down, and it sort of looks like, just doesn't look right. I don't know if it's because I've got long legs and a short trunk, or if the costume's just too small overall. I'm really not sure what it is. But I have to work it out before I buy more. Yeah, not sure if this could work. I sort of thought maybe you could put a pair of like underwear or Aussie Speedos, or Speedos in general, over one of these costumes to sort of create that look of the brief on the outside, but I'm not sure, because part of the problem is if the legs are too tight, you can't sort of get it to sit in the crotch where it's supposed to, and you just end up with it pulling down here and just sitting off there, and it just looks wrong. It looks like you're wearing them over like tights, which is what you're doing, rather than sort of being form-fitting. And yeah, I'm not sure, because you don't want that to happen in the back as well, because there's same problem with it is not coming up high enough, and if they're not long enough in the legs, it ends up sitting down here, and you don't want them like sitting down below where the actual line of your body is. I don't know, because there's a blue Superman suit like this, but all it has is the chest symbol, and the rest is all blue, so you get the boots and a pair of underwear like this, and a belt, and the cape, and it might actually, it's just the under sort of bodysuit that goes under, and maybe this would work. I felt the material's right. If you get rid of the drawstring and everything and not have another pair of underwear underneath, because you can see the underwear line underneath this one as well. But take the tag off, put a belt on. Could this work as a Superman costume? I don't know. But it's got to sort of pull up in the right places. I don't know. Maybe it's a bigger costume, but I don't want to buy one and then, you know, it doesn't work. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.